What's up, guys? Barry Gaming here, back with some more Idle Heroes, and today we're going to be continuing our support hero series and going over the next important hero that we mentioned in the last one, and that is going to be Drake. Now, you will probably see everybody using Drake on their account. You'll see him probably as one of the top like 5 to 10 heroes in the game, and yes, that includes Transcendence heroes. I think Drake and Rogan are two heroes that are non-Transcendence that are technically rated higher than some of the Transcendence heroes just because of their uses. Now, they're not going to out damage those Transcendence heroes, but they have some really cool synergy. So today we're going to go over Drake. Probably tomorrow we'll go over Rogan for the newer players out there just to understand what's going on. But Drake is by far one of the most important heroes for boss damage. So if you're talking about making sure that you can clear things like jumping in here and doing your guild altar, whether it's the flame shrine or the guild bosses, I mean, we're even talking about things where if you're in Void Arc, the bosses, these guys here, you might even need him for these types of bosses that are crazy strong, especially when you get to these end levels here. The Devastator Warlords are crazy high HP, and they just kill your team in 6 rounds. The other place that he is very useful is, of course, Broken Spaces. We just had it reset for us, so we get a lot more resources coming in, but that's how you really benefit with him. But beyond just that, he is very useful in other game modes too, and it's mainly due to his last passive, Shadow Lure. So Shadow Lure is a passive skill. Every time the active skill or basic attack is performed, Drake gains a Shadow Lure for 1 round. When the battle starts and when the round ends, Drake inflicts defense down on the enemy with the lowest HP. Now that's kind of important right there, the lowest HP. So what is Shadow Lure? Let's go over that first. It is a skill effect, can't be purified, anything like that. Has a 60% chance to hide in the void to dodge attacks. That's strong. It goes up to 70 when he is V3+, which is really crazy. But what's important is this defense down. Another skill effect that goes on the enemy is the broken shield that you'll see floating in front of them. Reduces the target 100% of armor, damage reduction, all damage reduction, block, and dodge. Not stackable, doesn't need to be stacked. So this right here is what makes him so good, because typically when you're fighting bosses, you're kind of going after one target, but there's one really important thing with this. And that is there are specific heroes in the game, namely one of the most overpowered ever to be created, Sword Flash Xia, that are also assassins and that target the lowest current HP target to deal all of their damage. When you have heroes targeting that lowest HP target and it's synergizing with this right here that's already on the lowest target, that means you are maximizing your damage output to crazy heights. So this means it's great for things like Void Vortex that you're pushing. That's why you always see the Sword Flash Queen Drake combo being used up through to fire, and then Jara, of course, added on for Vanquisher. Very strong, plus he has very good survivability. His base stats in Power of the Void is attack, crit damage, skill damage, control immunity, and speed. Not the best, really, because in reality, I feel like you kind of want him to survive more. If he had damage reduction, could you imagine? He did get a slight buff, though, if you guys remember. I think it was 4th anniversary when he came out. Yeah, he was very, quote-unquote, underpowered. A lot of us didn't think so. Some of us did. He got a buff, same with Russell, and made him what he is today. His Deadly Strike is his basic attack. So this one's pretty cool because it does have some effect too. Is his basic attack targets the enemy with the lowest HP, again, synergizing with that defense down right there, dealing damage and leaving a black hole mark. So this is a mark effect, detonates when the round ends, dealing damage equal to 60% of the total damage from active and basic skills received during the effectiveness of the mark. It will not exceed, of course, 4,000 of his damage. So there is one cool thing that is really good though. And that is if you can get your Drake to go first and then have your heavy hitters come in afterwards, this black hole will hit the max 4,000% of Drake's attack very easily. So if you build him very offensive, this black hole mark is usually, a lot of people don't really think about it, but if you can get Drake to go before, say, your Sword Flash, That could be a lot of extra damage that can make a big difference. And then of course his active ability does pretty much the same thing, except it hits 2 random enemies instead of one of them being the lowest HP. Kind of feels bad, but it deals extra damage equal to 20% of the target's max HP, not exceeding 1500%, same time inflicting another black hole. So the second part, if you already have a black hole mark on a target, Drake will deal damage to the target by 20% of the current's max HP. They do not stack, but if you look at the basic over here, I think it says if the target already is inflicted with the black hole mark, yes, the same on both the active and the basic, it'll deal an additional 20% of the target's max HP, which is very, very good and very solid. So we'll jump into a fight real quick just so you guys can kind of see what is going on. We're gonna go against just a weak, oh man, these buttons, I totally forgot these buttons are here. I'll show you guys what it looks like with the Drake in combat for those of you who have not seen it. And we'll show you the devastation that is Sword Flash and Drake. So right there immediately on the enemy Drake, you notice that little purple shield is broken. You'll notice one on our own as well. That is taking away the chance for them to dodge, which is very good against carries and Drakes and Sword Flashes and stuff like that. Very, very good. And you can see how that defense down literally meant that our Sword Flashes traded kills and took them out because they were both the weakest on each side of the battlefield. So he might not show stats here, but it shows all in the Sword Flash. I mean, the synergies are crazy. You need this combo of Sword Flash plus Drake to get to Vanquisher, to even get to probably Defier. I'd imagine you need both of them. But he is just an absolutely amazing core hero on your team. And as I said, his Void imprint versions are even better. He has a higher percent damage that he deals on his basic attack. His defense down doesn't change, of course, because it's already all the defense that goes away. He does increase his chance to cease or to not be hit by dodging everything, and then he does increase his damage. So Void imprinting, not like super important on him, but it does make a difference because you're gonna want the speed for him to try to outspeed some other allies and just kind of, you know, maybe energy feed to them as well. He's a very, very strong hero. I highly recommend he's probably like your first dark hero you actually build, because when you look at dark heroes that you can build on your account, you could build like a carry, you could build an Amun-Ra. Drake would be the best option though, because he can also get C-Lane 20 done for you with some baby Amun-Ras and some, you know, like a 10-star carry or even lower carry. All that stuff gets you a dark C-Lane. So I usually try to build him up in an early game account alongside it. Like you'll notice, we'll jump on over to the free-to-play account real quickly here so you guys can take a look. We're doing that pretty much. We're building him up. We'll bring him up to 9-star, and then we'll hold him until we have all the copies to fully max him out. Because, of course, once you get him to 9-star, you're still going to need, what, 6 more copies? Getting 3 isn't bad, because even as a 9-star hero, the abilities are going to be pretty decent. 70% armor, damage reduction. It's not 100%. It's 70%, but that's still good. And then eventually you will build him probably as like your 5th, 6th hero, unless you're spending, and then it might be like your 3rd-ish hero. So let me know what you guys think. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Drake is an absolutely god tier non-transcendence hero along with Rogan. We'll go over Rogan next after this one. Hopefully you're just learning a little bit about idle heroes. If you're newer, if you're older, leave a comment down below if you think anything I said is wrong or different. And I'll see you guys next time.